you in these 8 days of Paryushan. We are learning new topics every day. Paramatma has said that there are 5 processes of Sadhyay, Vachna, Puchna, Pritna, Anupyaha and Dhammakaha. Listening to Pravachans is called Vachna. Asking questions which arise in our heart, that is called Puchna. When a disciple moved ahead on the path of truth, he has many questions. There is curiosity inside him, and sometimes there are doubts too. At such a time, he must ask his question, and Guru must give him satisfying answers. What happens because of this? When we get satisfying answers to our questions, our knowledge becomes stable. Otherwise, till the time we don't get an answer, we don't have clarity of thoughts. And till the time we don't have clarity, that knowledge doesn't become stable inside us. Remember one thing, clarity is very important to stabilize the knowledge which we gain. If we get the answers to all our questions, if we understand everything clearly, then that knowledge goes deep into our heart. The knowledge which you don't understand can never become stable inside you. Many a times after hearing, we tend to forget. But whenever I used to study, I would always have a chain of questions about everything. Why, what, when, where, how. Slowly, I would go into depth of that subject and gain complete clarity. In the Jain Agams, whenever a disciple went to Paramatma, he went with questions. He would express his curiosity and Paramatma would give him satisfying answers. And then he would advance ahead in his journey of seeking the truth. He would strengthen his right vision in this manner. This is what happened most of the times with Gautam Swami when he was in Bhagwan Mahavir's Sanidhya. So today, I want to give you a chance to ask questions. Today, I won't give any pravachan, but instead, I want to ask the questions which arise in your mind. You can openly ask whatever you want. Okay? Yes?
Mathen Vandami Gurudev. The youth of today have been wanting to ask you a few questions.
And we've been blessed with this opportunity to use this platform and ask you some questions.
Kindly enlighten us with your Bodh Vachan.
Yes?
The first question which has come, Gurudev, is what is Atindriya Shamta?
What is Atindriya Kshamta? Indriya means senses. The knowledge we gain via the 5 senses is called Indriya Gnan. In this Gnan, we are dependent on our 5 senses to gain knowledge about everything. For example, you see an animal with your eyes and decide that, yes, this is a cat. You hear the doorbell and decide that someone has come to your house. Right? But Bhagwan has said that there is a special knowledge which is even beyond the senses. In this knowledge, your soul becomes so powerful that you don't need the support of 5 senses. Such knowledge, which is beyond the 5 senses, is called Atindriya Gnan. The abilities of all the five senses can have a limit, but the ability to gain knowledge directly from the soul without any medium of the five senses is limitless. The capacity is manifold. When one achieves Kevalnan, or the state of complete knowledge, all the powers of the soul are activated. After that, even with his closed eyes, he can see everything. Even with his ears closed, he can hear everything. Without even touching any object, he comes to know whether it is hot or cold. All this is called Atindriya Kshamta. Let me ask you one thing. Can you also achieve Atindriya Kshamta? Do you also want to achieve such soul powers? Yes or no? Hello? Yes or no? Yes. Then what must you do? Then what must you do? Every day you must try to cut off from your senses and connect with your soul. The process is not difficult. Sit for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. Slowly, slowly, one day, even you will develop your Atindriya Kshamta and become like Prabhu. Okay? Next.
The second question we have, Gurudev, is out of all the days in the year, why are these 8 days special? Why do we have to practice Paryushan in these specific 8 days? Is it more fruitful, or is there more punya in doing activities in these 8 days itself?
In the entire year, our inner positive feelings are at a peak during these 8 days. Kevalnan is so in their Kevalnan that in these 8 days the feelings are automatically at a peak level. With a little bit of inspiration, our efforts may grow. If suppose it has not rained throughout the year and suddenly it rains, all the seeds start sprouting. Similarly, Bhagwan has said that in these 8 days, the seeds of the soul, good qualities, start sprouting easily. Many times you must have noticed that early in the morning you feel moodless without any reason. There is no problem, but still you don't feel happy. You don't understand why. What happens is during that time span there are sad waves that are flowing. And due to those negative waves, even you start feeling negativity inside. The effect of those waves reflect on your soul and your mind. During these 8 days of Paryushan, there are waves of positivity in the entire universe. And due to this natural flow of positivity, it becomes easier to do dharma and follow religious practices. People who that they have the capacity to do just one upas can easily end up doing 8 upas. People who feel that they can only meditate a few minutes can easily sit for an hour. Somewhere or the other, there is an inflow of positivity in every soul. And that is why, and that is why People do more and more religious practices during Paryushan. Understood? Clear? Okay.
Gurudev, I've always wondered who was the person that created the Namaskar Mahamantra?
Yes. Very good question. Who is the creator of Namaskar Mahamantra? Namaskar Mahamantra exists from the time good qualities exist. Because in Namaskar Mahamantra you are bowing down to qualities, right? If someone asks you, who made ABCD? Who made alphabets? No one actually made it. They are just there. They have always been and will always be there. They have existed eternally. Namaskar Mahamantra is also like this. Namaskar Mahamantra is also like this. Namaskar Mahamantra was always there in the past. It exists in the present and will always exist in the future. Since the time that time existed, Namaskar Mantra has also existed. And so, there is no creator of the Namaskar Mahamantra, and this mantra will never get destroyed. Right? No creation and no destruction. Since the time good qualities exist, so does the Namaskar Mahamantra. So, there was never a time when the Namaskar Mahamantra did not exist. That is why we believe that no specific Tirthankar or Guru or Acharya created this Mahamantra. That is why we said that Namaskar Mahamantra is Anadi Anant, which means beginningless and endless. Clear? Okay. Hello. Okay. Yes.
Gurudev, like in science, we have theoretical questions and practical questions. And to pass these questions or these exams, we need to pass in both the papers. Similarly, in religion, we have theoretical knowledge such as scriptures and practical knowledge which we need to implement in our daily lives. With practical knowledge, Gurudev, whatever we listen to you and whatever we know, we are able to implement a little bit, and we think that I'm passing in our practical examinations. But theoretical knowledge, Gurudev, we are just not able to memorize. Do you think if we don't have the theoretical knowledge, we will be able to attain liberation?
Yes. It would be good if you memorize all the sutras of Agam, but supposingly, if you are unable to understand the meaning of all the sutras, you keep repeating just one sutra, one mantra. Hey Paramatma, I may not know all your words or all your theories, but one thing that whatever you are saying is true. I undoubtedly believe in your words and I have faith in your preachings. Tamev Satyam Nisankam Jam Jinehim Pavayam. Tamev Satyam Nisankam Jam Jinehim Pavayam. Whatever you have said is the ultimate truth. I may not understand all your theories because I do not have complete knowledge, whereas you are completely enlightened. You have immense knowledge, and in front of your knowledge, my knowledge is nothing. In front of your knowledge, my knowledge is nothing. But I try to apply as much as I can in my life. That is why you don't have to worry. Even if you don't know all theories, you can still achieve liberation only with one theory. only with one theory. Which? Tamev Satyam Nisangam Jam Jinehim Pavayam. Okay.
Gurudev, for example, if someone has taken Navakarsi Pachkan or Pachkan for some tapsya and accidentally eats or breaks the Pachkan, what happens in such a case?
After taking Pachkan, if by chance you eat something because you forgot that you had taken Pachkan, then that is a memory related fault. Understand? A memory related fault. And that is an exception given in Pachkan. Let me explain the meaning of the words in Pachkan. Hello. For example, let us take the Pachkan of Upvas. Upvas Ubranti Vyampi Aram Pachkan Ashanam Kaimam Saimam Anathana Buganam Sahasagaranam Mahatragaranam Savvasamahi Vatyagaranam Aparnam Voshirami. I take a vow that I will not consume any food, sweets, or mouth fresheners for the entire day. And Thanabuganam. If I consume something by mistake, then it will be exempted. It will not break my vow. Sahasagaranam. If something goes into my mouth unintentionally and I get a taste of it, then that also does not break my Pachkan. Understand? You are exempted if you don't intentionally put something in your mouth. Sahasagaranam. If you fail ill during the fast, and if an elder member of your family or your guru tells you to end the fast, then also you are exempted. Mahatra karanam. Savvasamahi vatyagaranam. If you yourself feel that you are unable to continue the fast peacefully because of some unbearable pain, if it is making you extremely disturbed, then too you are exempted. So this means while giving Pachkan itself, you are given certain exemptions for such cases. It is like when clothes are stitched, the tailor leaves a margin to change the size if required. Understand? Similarly, when we give you Pachkan, even we leave a margin, we give exemptions so that if you make a mistake, then there is no problem. Because it's possible that you might forget, so does not mean your Pachkan is broken. Understood? Done. Next question.
Gurudev, some people pass away in their sleep. So the question we have is, what kind of Pachkan should I be taking before I go to sleep? Because I don't know if I will be getting up the next day.
Yes, good question. Every night before sleeping, one must try to do the Aradhana of Sagari Shantaro because there is no guarantee of life. There is no guarantee that after sleeping at night, you will surely wake up tomorrow. It's possible that death may come in the sleep. That's why it is necessary to renounce everything, detach from everything before going to sleep. And if you don't know the entire procedure, you can simply say these two lines. I detach myself from food, my body, and belongings. All 18 types of sins. Ahar, sharir, and ubdi, pachku, papadhar. Maran ave to wo shire, jivu to agar. If I pass away, then I detach from, and If I leave tomorrow, then my vow will end. That's it. And next day, morning, you can say the Namaskar mantra and the Bhagwan. Okay.
Gurudev, different mantras such as the Namaskar mantra and the Uvasagram Stotra have different words and different pronunciations. So, do the words or pronunciations in the mantra matter, or do the feelings or the bhav when reciting the mantra matter?
Words are a medium to express what you are feeling. They are a medium to express your devotion and faith towards Paramatma. Right? If you want to express the feelings of being down, you will say, I bow down to you, which is Namo. Right? Words are also important, and the feelings with which you say those words, even that is important. When feelings and words come together, only then it is truly called a mantra. And if there are no feelings, then they are just plain and simple words. Understood? For example, if you have some guest and you first check from the eye hall that who has come. After that, if you like those people, you smile and welcome them. And you truly mean the words welcome. And in case you don't like them, you put on a fake smile. But in your mind, you think that why has this person come? So, you don't really mean the word welcome when you say it. So, in one case, you mean what you say, and in the other, it's just a formality. The same happens when you recite mantras also. Hello, mantra is where you mean and feel what you say. But if you just utter the words, then they are just blank words. Some people just say Namaskar mantra, Uvasagram stotra for the sake of it. And some people mean every word when they say it. Some people just say it like Namo Orientanam, Namo Shidanam, Namo Irim. But some people say it while thinking, I bow down to Arihant Paramatma, I bow down to Siddh Bhagwan. I want to become like you. I want to become like you. So, with such feelings, if you chant it, then it is actually a mantra, or else it is just a formality of saying words. Have you understood? Right, yes. Okay. Are you satisfied with the answer?
Gurudev, a few days back we were discussing with friends and we had a question that Samaik is supposed to be free of activities, because we have been told that during Samaik we have to do activities, religious activities such as listening to Pravachan or doing jap. Gurudev, what do we actually have to do during Samaik?
Yes, very good. Samak means Shamaik. It is a process where you try to keep your soul in its balanced state, in its natural state, and you prevent it from drifting into various emotions. Now, when you try to prevent your soul from drifting into emotions, what are the different emotions which pollute the soul? Anger, ego, cheating, possessiveness, jealousy. Correct? When you try to stop these negative emotions and keep your soul in a neutral state, they won't stop immediately. You will need to take the support of positive things. This can be various activities like meditation, reading agams, or some other spiritual books, listening to a pravachan. And with the support of these activities, we will try to stay peacefully and balanced. Since there are no feelings of violence, no feelings of liking or disliking. In these activities, it is okay to do this during Shamik. Our mind, body, and speech are three mediums. And the purpose of Samaik is to achieve self control on these three mediums. So, whatever activities help you achieve control on your mind, body, and speech, and keep your soul in a balanced state, they are all called Samaik. Is it, is it clear now? Okay.
Gurudev, Gandhars are known as the primary disciples of Paramatma, who were capable of acquiring Paramatma's immense knowledge. So, how can we, as teenagers, youngsters of today's day and age, develop the capacity to become capable of becoming like them? What should be our first step?
To become Prabhu's primary disciple, we just need to develop three feelings: immense ahobhav, immense upkar bhav, and immense vinay bhav. Ahobhav is the admiration for Prabhu's qualities. Upkar bhav is our feeling of gratitude for the agnas and guidance that Prabhu has given us. And vinay bhav is our feeling of complete surrender towards Him, a deep respect for Him. Three values. These three values, we start becoming capable for Paramatma, and then we can become His best disciple. We can then attain the title of Gandhar. Gautam Swami would tell Paramatma Mahavir again and again, Tamev Sacham, Tamev Sacham, Tamev Sacham. I completely believe whatever is say. I completely believe whatever is say. I have complete faith in your words, and I will apply it in my life. You have blessed me with the truth. You have blessed me with the truth. He would keep expressing his immense gratitude towards Paramatma in this way. Whenever he did vanna, tikhudo, ayahinam, payahinam, vandami, while saying each and every word, each and every cell of his body felt thankful towards Paramatma. He did not just do the actions of vanna, but he actually meant every word with feelings of deep ahobhav. Hello. And his feelings of surrender and respect were also very strong. So, what will you need to become Gandhar? So, what will you need to become Gandhar? You will need to develop three qualities: ahobhav, upkar bhav, vinay bhav. Okay?
Gurudev, when we as youngsters go to another city or country to pursue further studies or for work related reasons, what must we stay alert about so that we do not break the Jain values that we have received since childhood?
Wherever you, if there is respect in your heart for Paramatma, for your Guru and your parents, then respect will be the root of all your good qualities. And disrespect will be the root of all your bad qualities. You may live Kolkata and move to Mumbai for a job or for further studies. But if your respect level is intact, then what will happen? What will happen? Even if your parents or your guru tells you no for something, then you will easily accept it, whether you like it or not. You will give up your desire and respect their words. Because of this, even if some wrong desire is growing inside you, you will get saved. Respect will save you from making any mistakes. It will save you from a lot of different sins. So, I always believe that whichever field you may be in, never forget your respect towards Paramatma, Guru and parents. Yes, if there is respect, you will be able to sustain the values of religion wherever you go. For example, a young boy from Canada who is listening to my Pravachan daily. Do you know why? Hello. Do you know why? Because his parents had told him that Gurudev's pravachans are going to be online every day. You must listen to them. So, even though he was busy in so many activities, there was one thought in his mind. My mother has told me to listen to Gurudev's pravachan. I must obey her. That's why I always believe one thing. You may be in any corner of the world, but if you have respect, then that is the root of all your good qualities. Because Paramatma has said, Vinay Mulo Dhammo. Respect is the root of religion. And so, make an effort to increase your respect level day by day. Okay? Is everything clear? Hello? Okay. Next question.
Gurudev, a lot of youngsters these days don't believe in any religion and always say that we follow the religion of humanity. I will help everyone, is what they say. Gurudev, we know that Jainism holds a lot of value for humanity. So, what we want to understand is what is the difference between Jainism and humanity?
Humanity is a temporary solution, whereas destroying your karmas and purifying your soul is a permanent solution. When you help someone solve their problem for a small period of time or for one life, that is called humanity. But when you help someone to get rid of his karmas, his mistakes, his sins, then what happens? Understand one thing. Why does someone become unhappy? Why does someone undergo pain and suffering? Every pain and Every pain and problem is the reaction of his own past actions. But if you give him the right knowledge today, and if he correct his wrong actions, then he will try not to bind any new karmas. Binding of karmas will lessen. Binding of karmas will lessen. Okay? If there are less karmas, then pain and sufferings will also be less. So, he will not need any humanitarian help at all. For example, you feed someone food for a day and you give someone a job. What is the difference between the two? When you give food, you will satisfy his hunger for one day. But he will again be hungry tomorrow. However, if you give him employment, what will happen? Hello, what will happen? He will not stay hungry anymore, right? That will become his permanent solution. So, instead of giving someone temporary help, it is better to empower him with knowledge so that he does not need anybody's help in the future. Humanity is best. I don't say we must not do humanity. Even we do so much humanitarian work, but it is not a ultimate solution. Jainism believes that destroying someone's karmas is the permanent solution to their problems. That is the difference between humanity and spirituality. However, if you make someone wear ornaments, but you don't make him wear any clothes, how will he look? Good or not good? He wants to look good. That's why humanity is first and foremost religion. It is a basic necessity. But we don't have to stop there. The ultimate help is spirituality, that is superhumanity. When we balance both, we will be able to have compassion towards the entire world. And we will also be able to progress on the path of destroying karmas. So, balance is the key. Okay. Are you satisfied with the answer? Understood everything? Okay. Next. Yes.
Gurudev, I have a question. We use technology these days for everything. Even technology we use for basic information or news or anything. But we have a question that if we're using technology for religion to gain knowledge, are we binding karmas in that? And if so, what must we be careful about?
Bhagwan Mahavir has given a very beautiful principle. Ji ashva, ti parisva. Je parisva te ashva. The factors which make us bind karmas can be converted into factors which prevent us from binding karmas. And the factors which prevent us from binding karmas can also make us bind karmas someday. For example, you may be doing samayik in the upasri. At that time, if you have a difference of opinion and fight with somebody, what will happen? I have seen people who get into arguments and bang the samayik book to prove their point. The book was a medium of knowledge, but the same book became a medium of violence for him because of his own anger. So, it's possible that a religious book can become a tool of violence if we don't have the right understanding. And if we are mature enough, then whatever we use can become a tool to progress in our inner journey. There are many such examples in the Jain Agams. A person lifts his fist to hit someone, but while looking at that fist, he experiences a change of heart and he uses the same fist to pluck out his hair for renunciation. In a single moment, he changes his entire path. So, the fist which could be useful to hit someone can also be useful to do the sadhana of Kesh Lunchan. Mediums of sin can become the mediums of sadhana. And a sadhak is the one who knows how to convert mediums of sins also into mediums of sadhana. Do you understand? Do you understand? So, I believe that be it technology or be it any other object, our feelings and intentions can make that object useful or harmful for us. Understood?
Gurudev, there are 12 types of tapsyas. So then why do we take Pachkan for only one type of tapsya and why not for the other types of tapasyas which we do?
Good question. In certain types of tapasyas, our determination can stay strong only if we take Pachkan. Whereas in other types of tapasyas, we can remain strong even without Pachkan. Eating food is one activity which is in our nature since infinite time. And so, we all have a deep memory of this action which is called Ahar Shangna. Because of the deep memory, it is easy for us to falter in fast. That's why one is given a vow or pachkan when he fasts so that his fast does not break. Whereas the other tapasyas, which are three, Vinay, Swadhyay and Dhyan, there are no deep memories that play a role in this. And so, there is no need for taking pachkan in this. Okay. Next.
Gurudev, I often feel like doing tap, such as Navkashi, Ekashna, I am below Upvas, but I just can't. What are the reasons for this and how can I overcome it?
So, what must you do? That is why Bhagwan has given us the process of taking pachkan. In the 29th Adhyan of Sri Untitled Chapter, Paramatma has described 73 ways of sadhana. And one of them is pachkan. Paramatma has described the benefit of pachkan in this sutra. Pachakhananam bhante jivikim janiye. Pachakhananam asaudarem nirumbai. Pachakhananam ichha nirohum janiye. Ichha nirom gayanam jive savadvesha vinaitanhe sibhoy vihrai. This means that when we take pachkan, when we take a vow, we become free from desires. So try. Even you will be able to do it. Hello, okay.
Gurudev, the next question we have is, we get discomforts because of our bad karmas and we get comforts because of our good karmas. And now, when we voluntarily put ourselves in discomfortable situations, what happens to our karmas?
Yes, very good question. A tree was going to give poisonous fruits, and so, for example, it was going to take a very long time to give those fruits. But you gave an injection to the tree so that it can start giving those fruits faster. So, what happened? You prepared the fruits and destroyed them. In the same way, when you invite discomforts today, you prepare and destroy the karmas which were going to come tomorrow. Because today you have the right knowledge, so you can stay balanced even during discomforts. In the future, you may or may not have the right knowledge, and at that time, you won't be able to destroy the fruits. So, inviting discomforts today, when you have the right understanding, is a process of safeguarding of future. Prabhu Mahavir also invited discomforts for 12 and a half years, destroy all his bad karmas and safeguarded his entire future. The one who invites challenges safeguards his entire future. Whereas the one who cannot accept difficulties and runs away from them, those difficulties multiply and come back in his life. Okay. So, what must he do? Hello, what must he do? Learn to welcome discomforts. Okay?
Gurudev, what is the meaning of Gunastan? And what should we do to rise up in our Gunastan?
A good question. When a soul begins the journey to become Paramatma, the milestones of his journey are called Gunasthanak. Gunasthanak. The steps of Atmic upgradation are called Gunasthanak. Firstly, a soul tries to grow his good qualities. That is the first step which is called Mithyatva Gunasthanak. The second and third Gunasthanak are not progressive steps, there are reverse steps. A person enters these steps only when he is falling from the ladder. From the first Gunasthanak, a person goes to the fourth Gunasthanak, which is called Samyaktva Gunasthanak. Samyak Drashti means right vision. Seeing and believing things the way they truly are is called Samyaktva. Once he starts believing in the truth, he renounces few things in life. For example, he decides that I will not kill anyone for my pleasure. I will eat only certain types of grains and renounce the rest. I will buy only certain number of clothes in the year and so on. That is called the fifth Gunasthanak, which belongs to a Sravak or householder. He renounces things as per his capacity, but he does not renounce everything. After that, the next two steps belongs to a sadhu. When a person takes diksha, he reaches the seventh Gunasthanak. At that time, his alertness towards his soul is at its peak, and so he is called a Pramat Sadhu. But after that, his alertness goes down a little, and so he comes back to the sixth Gunasthanak, where he is called Pramat Sadhu. In Diksha life, one keeps altering between the sixth and seventh Gunasthanak. After he completes these steps, he enters the eighth, ninth, and 10th step. In these three steps, he becomes completely detached from worldly life and from his emotions too. The process of becoming free from emotions are step 8, 9, and 10. The 11th step is of Vitragta. But that Vitragta does not stay for a long time, and the soul again develops emotions. But in the person develops permanent Vitragta, then he enters the 12th step. This is called the Vitrag Gunasthanak. This is called the Vitrag Gunasthanak. And as soon as he reaches these steps, he achieves Keval Nan in just a few moments. That is the 13th step. But he still has a body on this step. Just like Bhagwan Mahavir had achieved Keval Nan, but he still had a body for 30 years, even after attaining Keval Nan. Then, when a person renounces the body too, the bodiless state of Keval Nan is the 14th Gunasthanak. And the minute he completes that bodiless process, he achieves liberation, he enters moksha. Then there are no more steps. So, there are 14 steps for a soul to become Paramatma. These are known as 14 Gunasthanak or milestones of the Atmic journey. A person in worldly life cannot climb more than 5 steps. Hello. However, Paramatma has said that he leaves his attachment for worldly life and relationships. Then sometimes, even in worldly life, he becomes a bhav sadhu. And he can achieve the 7th step. Santi egehim bikhoim garatha sanjamuttara garathi savim sahavo sanjamuttara. Sometimes a Sravak's atmic state can also be higher than a sadhu. Bhagwan himself has said this. So, if you try, even you can reach the 7th step. If you let go of all your attachments, it's possible. And that's why Gurudeva Mata achieved moksha while sitting on an elephant. Emperor Bharat achieved Kevalnan in dressing room. So, it's not compulsory to become a sadhu. But it is compulsory to become a bhav sadhu. Okay? It is clear to you? No? Yes? Okay.
Gurudev, it is said that Paramatma Parshvanath had a very strong Ade Nam Karma. And because of that, even today, his mere name destroys so many problems and difficulties for so many different people. So my question is, how did he achieve such high Ade Nam Karma, and how can we do the same?
When you give respect to the most ordinary people, when you are extremely polite while talking to them and treat them with equality, such nature helps you bind extraordinary Ade Nam Karma. Bhagwan Parshvanath had a very polite and humble nature, a respectful nature. His behavior with any person was always very gentle. And not just in that birth, but since many births, this was his inner nature. You may have noticed when some people talk to you, their words are so soft and respectful, whereas others are very rough in their language. So, when a person develops these qualities of politeness, humbleness, respect in their communication, these are very important things in life. Yes, sometimes as an anushashak, you might need to be strict with someone, but that is not disrespect. That is your responsibility for their well-being. Whereas when you use insulting or disrespectful language with others, because of your nature, you bind Anadi Nam Karma. When Bhagwan Mahavir would call even his youngest disciple, Avanta Muni, he would say, He Devanupriya. He had already become Prabhu. Now, he did not have to worry about Ade or Anadi Nam Karma. But still, when he would call Gautam Swami, he would say, Goima. He would call him with so much respect and ahobhav. So, we must check our communication with every person. Even when you talk to the sweeper who comes to clean your building, be soft and polite. I have seen people who are rough with their servants and sweepers. Clean that area properly today. It was not clean yesterday. No. Even with them, you must be very polite and humble. Remember one thing, when you give respect to an ordinary person, you will gain extraordinary respect wherever you go. You will mark one thing, an ordinary person's language will also be ordinary. And a respectable person's language will also be respectful. And not just language, but even his body language, his expressions, his behavior. So, Keep analyzing your face again and again. Is my face a reason for someone's positivity, or is it bringing negativity in someone's heart? Keep scanning again and again. And then keep giving yourself a command. Change, change, change. Keep reminding yourself, my expressions are also reason for my Adi and Anadi karma. Hello. If you implement this one rule of Adi Anadi karma, it will transform your life. Okay. So now we complete the session today. I was very happy to see your curiosity, to know the truth, to understand the real meaning of rituals and practices. Always remember, religion is that which helps to understand the reality. And when you practice religion with reality, it increases your confidence. Like I told earlier too, your knowledge becomes stable when you have clarity. And you can move ahead with great speed on the path of Atma Kalyan. Hello. Curiosity is the mother of knowledge. May the curiosity in your heart help you achieve complete knowledge one day, just like Guru Gautam Swami. Okay? Subho, Mangalo.